And then, to make it even worse, you've decided that they failed a test they didn't even know that they were taking.
Like, want to know where your head's at? Like,
Mine?
yeah. I don't know. Like,
Yeah, no, I'm fine.
No, you're not. And you're being very obvious, sir. Stop. Quick interruption. If this is the first time you're seeing one of my videos, first off, welcome to my channel. But you need to know that this was one long video that I had to chop into several short videos. As of right now, I should have up to episode 4 done. So if you want to see the video all together, then go to my channel, go to the Couple to Throuple playlist, and start at part 1. Sorry for the interruption. No, you're not. And you're being very obvious, sir. Stop.
We're told that we're gonna have dinner. Oh, you know, it's gonna be a cute little dinner. Dun, dun, dun. We see all of our second options.
Of course, the producers are going to keep throwing singles into the mix to see if they can stir up some drama, but they don't even need the singles because they've got Ramon.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
You feel okay?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
He's being quiet, giving everybody the cold shoulder, like he's the one person bringing the entire vibe down. Of course, everybody's noticing how he's being.
I feel like I'm getting the cold shoulder. He's completely like shut down. I have absolutely no idea what's going on.
Poor Jonathan. On the other end of the table, remember Mia from episode 1? Well, she's there chatting with Dylan and Lauren, and Becca notices.
I was totally seeing us like traveling and like at festivals.
Lauren, Dylan, and Mia are all hitting it off. Dylan is not here for the right reasons. He just wants 2 hot women on his arms, but that's not sexy.
This does not seem to be a case where it's just taking them a little time to get to know each other a little better. Like, I feel that she can already tell within her that she doesn't fuck with this dude. The newbies are chatting with Darian, the other single that caught their eye, and Sanu's like feeling some weird vibes too.
We definitely got a connection with everyone that stepped forward. So it wasn't an easy choice. Like,
I'm trying to just like maintain my composure, but I'm feeling nervous. I think that rang the alarm for me. You know, what's going on?
So the conversation comes around to today's little session, in particular the kissing round, and all the couples, they're, discussing how they felt like very functional adults. But check out Roman.
so the experience went a little different for us. There was an energy shift, and I think we just didn't get time to kind of talk about that energy shift.
Ashmal knows I'm not that comfortable sharing my feelings, so I feel a little blindsided. Now everybody at the table is gonna look at me like I'm this spoiled little brat who can't handle being in a throuple.
But it's true.
Ramon is being so weird that Ashmel just gets up and leaves the table. And this is when I figured out that this whole little song and dance they're doing, this ain't nothing new for them.
Oh my God, like you obviously can feel the tension.
So Ashmel, the clearly more emotionally intelligent one of the two, he's trying to figure out what the hell is going on.
I genuinely do not know how we're in this situation. Do you understand my confusion? I don't understand what's going on.
Ramon's response?
Okay, then I guess you don't understand. Then
I know. So is that it? So I don't understand. So
yeah.
And it was at this point that this guy started to make me lose my mind a little bit.
Or you claim to know how I was feeling then.
what is going? I don't understand where this animosity is coming from.
Neither do I.
I can sense your discomfort, so I'm objecting.
You objected at the very end. What do you...
As this conversation goes on, you can almost see Ramon like making up things to be upset about in real time, and none of it makes any sense. And you know what? Just let the fighting begin.
Because I'm not gonna object. I'm like, okay, listen, if he knows that I'm irritated because you admitted it, you said, oh, I can see it in his face. But you're irritated. You just continue to... Then you just said it. No, you said, would you rather me?
I am so confused how this is on me.
Okay, then be confused.
And that would be enough for me. Conversation over, you petulant child.
Well, it sucks that 3 years after dating that you don't know like how your certain actions make your partner feel, and you didn't do really anything to change that.
He didn't do anything. He called objection for you twice, and he's been trying to talk to you all damn day. He's still claiming to be mad at Ashmel for not saying the safe word for him soon enough for him. Take that in. Anyway, they continue this ridiculous argument.
You're more concerned about all of that than how I feel.
Ashmel is gobsmacked, and so am I.
Well, thank you for telling me how you feel. I need some time.
Okay.
This argument reminded me that initially we learn our coping skills as babies. At first, the only skill that we know is to cry when we need something. And that eventually, of course, evolves into like tantrums and like more manipulative things like the silent treatment, right? Well, most of us, as we grow, we continue to like evolve our coping skills, but some of us never completely get past those unhealthy childhood skills, and we kind of carry those into adulthood with us. And I believe that's exactly what we're seeing from Ramon. Just try to imagine him as a toddler, like as a 3-year-old, and suddenly all of the things that he's doing make sense. Now, poor sweet Jonathan has to go back and share a room with these two.
Okay, I guess I'm not having a conversation. Oh, this is so awkward.
He doesn't even know exactly like why things are tense, but he has to assume that it has something to do with him. Well, after getting to spend a little time with their second choices, some of the couples are kind of contemplating their options.
Mia's great. I personally would like to maybe invite her over.
No, that's what I was just saying.
Yeah.
Sanu is having a little bit of a difficult night with her couple too.
Seeing Derry, who I know was you guys' second choice, does she like me less? Is she comparing me to her?
Don't get too deep into your head, because the deeper that you get into your mind, the more complicated you make it, the more you pull yourself out of it.
That sounds like advice, Sean. Advice is not really supportive for me.
Well, okay then, Sanu. He's just trying to be helpful. Sheesh.
Brittany and Sean are not bad people. This is a lot to balance. When I'm sharing how I'm feeling with Brittany and Sean, I've just felt unsupported and invalidated.
You're allowed to feel your feelings. In other news, our boys have woken up, and unlike yesterday, there are no very rapid movements happening this morning.
And if we're gonna spend this day ignoring each other, you cannot say that I ignored you, because you were actively ignoring me. I'm trying to have a conversation with you.
Apologizing for me is a very difficult thing to do, and I'm not really good at that. It takes time for me.
Why do people put themselves through this? Accepting responsibility for one's actions is actually a key trait that I look for in a partner. Like, how can you be with somebody that has a hard time admitting when they're wrong?
Is if this is how they're gonna be in their relationship, I don't want to be like this in a throuple.
And I don't blame you one bit. Poor Jonathan still has no idea what these two are fighting about. And Sanu, she woke up still shook from seeing her couple talk to Darian the night before.
I'm sitting here at the table and I'm just feeling really detached from my couple. And so I'm super nervous about that. I'm eager to just talk to them and just clear the air.
So she pulls him aside to chat, and it doesn't necessarily go very well.
I feel like I wish I hadn't been your first choice, because I feel like the first choice is the experiment. We're going to use this person as to figure out, if polyamory is for us. And that just feels really dehumanizing.
Now this is rough because I can see where both sides are coming from. What she seems to be describing, to the best of my understanding, is that whole unicorn hunting thing. The couple that's just looking for a woman to join them as a sexual partner more than a equal partnership or whatever. On the other hand, the whole point of the show is for these couples who are considering the poly lifestyle to have this month-long experience set up entirely for them to figure it out. Remember when Sean said that all of these singles were experienced in the lifestyle?
The people we are inviting to be a part of this experience have experience in ethical non-monogamy.
So maybe it's just me, but I expected these singles to be a little more understanding to the fact that for these singles, it is an experiment, and that they volunteered to be a single on a show whose whole premise is centered around couples exploring multi-partner relationships. I was especially surprised it was the coach, the one whose job it is to help couples on their journey into polyamory and shit. I'm surprised it's her, of all people, that's acting this way. All they did was talk to Darian at dinner, and just like everybody else was doing, and she's been acting like a paranoid stage 5 clinger ever since.
Shit, as soon as she said dehumanize, Brittany just went up. This motherfucker is crazy.
And as of right now, being that you're acting so weird today, it's giving you're not for me.
For the record, I genuinely don't think that the newbies are unicorn hunting, but I get why Britt is really mad at this. She didn't do anything wrong. All she did was chat with Darian at dinner, and Sanu's trying to make them feel bad and saying that she's feeling dehumanized. However, if I try to put myself in her shoes as like the person living that experience and in the moment, I can see how sitting across from the table and watching your couple like have chemistry with others could trigger some jealousy, you know, or a little insecurity or whatever. And also the thought that you could be switched out that easily would feel dehumanizing. But you know what? None of this has actually happened yet. All they did was have dinner, and Sanu was getting way ahead of herself. So it seems that Ashmel has finally had enough of Ramon's silent treatment.
I cannot deal with the way you're communicating. I'm trying to work towards a resolution. I'm trying to.
I don't want you to feel like that.
Taken advantage of, I feel taken for granted, and you know I have a lot of love to give. I can tell that he's a little taken aback that I have feelings too.
So Ramon gets mad at Ashmel about something he actually has no right to be mad at, and then acts like a child until Ramon finally has a damn breakdown. And then Ramon takes no accountability, makes no acknowledgments of what he did wrong. He just decided, you know what? This tiff is over now. Come give me a hug.
My best friend.
My best friend.
Are you guys willing to have a conversation with me? I feel like we don't really have a lot of time to like be weird.
Honestly, didn't like that you used the word dehumanization, that I was dehumanizing you, so I kind of don't really want to talk.
Just whenever you're ready. I'll be over here. You don't have to come immediately. You can just come when you feel ready.
That didn't go well. Now Corey finally gives a little bit of an explanation as to why she doesn't necessarily trust Wilder.
We were just hanging out at our place, and I left the room, and I looked out the door, and Wilder and this chick were just like going hard making out.
So they, you know, are with this girl that they're thinking about hooking up with, and, you know, they're all together, they're chilling, and nothing's going on. And then Corey leaves the room, and when she comes back, Wilder and the girl are like all over each other. And of course, that made her feel some type of way. So ever since then, they've agreed that if they bring somebody else into the relationship, that, you know, Wilder's like, I'm not going to get hurt. So they made Corey's feelings the priority. So until she feels comfortable, she doesn't want anything to happen without her. Wilder does seem to be very supportive of this. He's more than okay with moving at her pace. And now that after they've explained it to Denise, she seems to be understanding, like they just all need to kind of follow Corey's lead. So later that night, they're getting ready for the mixer, and after ignoring him all damn day, Ramon's finally trying to, you know, smooth things over with Jonathan a little bit.
I do want to apologize to you. It really did have nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
I don't know if you fully are open to like continuing to like be here with us or not.
Run, Jonathan, run.
Hopefully you don't just like judge us on this one situation.
You know what? I'm judging because we're only on episode 2, and you've already established yourself as the hottest mess of all the messes. So at this next mixer, the couples are given a necklace.
That necklace is for one of the unmatched singles that's about to join us. To give this necklace to someone that you'd like to get to know a little better.
The Hulks choose Mia, the girl from earlier.
Would you join us over there so we can talk a little bit more?
I'll take you to a little private room.
Right. I'm not surprised. It all seems just very childish.
Now, I don't know why she's saying this is childish. They were told to pick somebody and they did. Like, what's childish about that? They do seem to be hitting it off with Mia, though.
I'm gonna start
What are you feeling? I'm feeling sparkles.
Yeah, I'm just feeling sparkles everywhere.
Yeah.
But it's just amazing to see how it's just naturally flowing, and that's exactly what's happening in my eyes.
The other throupled singles are not very happy about how this night's going down either.
I really wish I wasn't in the position that I am now.
I wish I was second choice. That's why I told him, I was like, I wish I wasn't you guys' first choice, you know?
We're thinking about
choosing
getting to know you a little more.
Oh.
So Corey and Wilder, they're interested in choosing Darian, but they also know that Brittany and Sean are interested in Darian and Peach, but they haven't made a decision yet. So Corey goes and heads over to Sean to see what's up before they give Darian their necklace.
Do you know if you're choosing Darian yet, or no? You're still on the fence.
It's on the fence. I mean, we're just moving around. But I mean, if you feel like that's something that you guys want to do and that's something that is cool for you, then don't worry about it.
So she's doing the right thing. She checks in. You know, Sean gives her the okay, so they go give their necklace to Darian.
For a valuable lady, I think you deserve some beads. I don't know what to call it.
But as you can see, Brittany is not very happy about this.
Let me just talk to him for 1 second. Let's go over there. Wait, yeah. Stay right here. I'll be right back. So they already put beads on already?
Yeah, but who cares? I'm not gonna tell somebody don't do something while I'm still deciding.
What I'm saying is that why
cool.
wasn't it a group decision? That's
Sean's like, what's the big deal? And Britt's mad that she wasn't consulted first. But I mean, in a way, Sean's right. Like, who is he to tell them, like, what to do? You can't be running around calling dibs when you're still undecided between Darian and Peach. Like I said, he's lucky Corey even was considerate enough to come over and ask. They could have just gave her the necklace and went on about their damn life. Also, it's not like they're going on a freaking one-on-one castle date. They're just sitting around the resort for a few minutes and talking. Calm down and just go talk to Peach.
Do you want them? Ask you, like, you have like a dominant personality. I feel like I would be submissive for you.
so talking to her today like changed everything. Like everything has changed like for the better.
I really love being able to experience the divine feminine and masculine.
Like, I've never been in this situation where you have to like
choose like literally between two great options.
So all of those conversations go pretty well. Those unmatched singles, they kind of brought their A games, and they have most of the couples kind of rethinking their choices.
I feel really awkward at this point.
Becca? Becca's right here. Becca? I don't know.
And that, my friends, is the end of episode 2. Like I said earlier, there's probably going to be some really weird cuts because these were initially longer videos that I've had to cut into shorter videos. But if you go to the playlist, they should play straight through. So please go visit my channel. Also, if you made it this far, there had to be something that you liked. And if so, please consider subscribing or doing any of the other YouTube things. Thanks for your support. I really appreciate it. Bye.